You've probably noticed that our set decor gets a bit of a switch up every season. That's all thanks to our amazing set designer, Danielle Hunter. Hi, Danny. How's it going?
So far, so good.
Oh, so far, so good.
You're gonna keep talking like that.
I know. I've got a very cool jazz singer voice lately. I'm very into it.
I like it.
Okay, I am so excited that you are here to share your amazing wealth of knowledge with our wonderful viewers.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you think it's so amazing, but it's my day job and I love it. So, so a place that I thought we'd start about fall is that fall can be very heavy, and when you're shopping, it almost feels like you're just going through the steps of, oh, it's fall now, and then it's gonna be Christmas. And I like to try to find something fun within that that's a little bit different.
I love that. So yeah, you're gonna show us how to kind of add little punches of fall into our decor.
That's right.
Throughout. Okay, I love it.
So one of my favorite tricks sort of in the kitchen
Oh,
is
my
this-
favorite space.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
Is I've got a hat rack or a coat rack, but I like to use it in a space that's a little bit different and adds texture and interest to your kitchen.
Okay.
So for instance, right here, I've got a cutting board.
Oh, nice.
And I just tied some twine to the end of it. And so if your guests are coming over and they're like, hey, I want to put my charcuterie board around her, you could say, hey, look at the coat rack.
You just have to point.
Yes,
As
exactly.
opposed to me, where I'm like, you have to go above the fridge and get a chair and climb.
Just point and say, help yourself.
Yes, I love that.
And then here is some this pot rack I thought was a pot holder.
Yeah.
Was really cool and interesting. So I thought, I don't want to hide that around. I just want to put a hot pot on it. So add some interest and texture.
Again, it helps with other people helping set the table, because then you can give them those little menial tasks
You know where
to get them out of your kitchen.
That's right.
Yes,
You saw that earlier.
Yeah.
It's a test. And then there's fun things like this. It's like, I'm not even quite sure what it is.
I was gonna say, what is this?
You know, a form of a garland. You can hang stuff. But I thought, you know, hey, where do you put it? I'm not sure, but maybe on our coat rack.
Again, texture.
Yes,
I love
yes,
that.
yeah.
It's adding those textures, and I love the wood too.
And seasonally, tea towels are always great.
Yes.
And they add color, add different sort of details. So hey, if anybody wants to wipe their hands or what have you, don't ask me, it's all right there.
Don't ask me, talk to the coat rack.
That's right.
Yes, I love it, Danny. That's amazing. This is so beautiful too. And if my pot holders look like that, I'd show them off too.
Right?
Yes.
And so the other great thing about in the kitchen is plates and different things, tea towels and like oven mitts. It's a great way to add, you know, some colors, some texture, and just seasonally brighten things up in the household.
I love that. And not a big investment either.
No,
You can get things for bargain basement and just have it popped out.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, I love that. What about like forgotten spaces?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I absolutely do. So I'm going to say bathroom's an easy way just to get some fresh towels, get some interesting fall colors, but maybe not traditional. It doesn't. Hey, if you like to be traditional, go for it.
Yeah.
And if you don't, just look for something that's a little pop, a little fresh, and it makes yourself and your guests feel welcome.
Oh, I
So
like
think
that.
about yourself too.
I do like
about the guests.
See, I like that. Even if it's in your own private bathroom.
That's right.
In your bedroom bathroom, you can still make it cute.
You can be cute.
Yes.
And then also too, just something like at my desk at home, I like to keep my office a little fun and fresh. And who doesn't want to write their notes with pom-pom?
Can you
pen?
even?
You know, like you're special.
I'm not gonna lie, I do steal pens from Danny because she always has the best pens.
Right?
The best
That's
pens.
fun.
This
That's
is very
fun.
fun. Oh my
Yes.
gosh, this is
so
fantastic.
treat yourself. It's fall.
Yeah, I love that.
So another thing I want to point out was there's this sort of lazy Susan. It's either called tickle your nose or find the right thing on the table. But you know, whether you're on an island in a kitchen or like on your table, like during Thanksgiving or any sort of, you know, Christmas coming, you can put food on there and it's a convenient way and it looks good. It sort of just adds to the decor.
Again, I love that, and I love the fact that you can use it as a decor piece in addition to like a function piece when you're serving food.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
So another thing that I know people get kind of angry about is that when they're sitting at a table and it feels cluttered or it feels like where's my food, where's my drink? I can't think.
Yes.
So it's sort of like you want to leave as much table space as possible.
For the actual food and stuff.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Because you've been working so hard.
Yes.
So this is a side table. I got an example down in front with the pumpkin. It's just
cute.
a side table, but it's got a really small scale.
Yeah.
So I thought it's interesting that you could, you know, get a wreath or something
So
like
we put this on our table?
Put that on the table. And then just add to it. You're just fun and creative. So then now...
Do you know what the key is?
Yeah.
This. You're not doing this finding people, you're doing this.
Yes. Yeah.
You're eating dinner. Perfect vantage
That's right.
point. What
Exactly.
a delight. Oh, I love this.
So
I feel like I'm at a
creative,
wedding.
right?
Yeah.
And so this has this fun, like, sort of orange print. And so does this little baby pumpkin I found at the dollar
so
store.
cute.
And some cute napkins. And nobody can really complain.
No.
Really, you know, it's a good time.
It really is. And now, what do we have going on over here? If we do have maybe a bit more table space.
Right.
Yeah.
And so these are just some vintage bottles that I found. And really, it's like last minute, what am I going to do? So if you just line them up and then you go to the florist and you can find some varying sort of twigs, berries. And these ones are
called a solanum. These like they almost look like a tomato or a pumpkin. They're so cool.
And don't eat them.
Don't eat
because
them.
the party's going to be over real quick.
Yeah.
So, you can add that there and a little there. And there you go. Something very simple.
That's stunning. That's stunning. All right, now what about the living area? I feel like this is the space that most people kind of inject that style, seasonal style into.
Right. So a lot of people have like a shelf or anything on the side of like their fireplace or what have you. And it's sort of like, this is dressed for sort of all the time, but you're just injecting the season into it like we do here. We've got your shelves all the time, but it's like, what's the pop for the fall?
Yeah.
And so with this, I selected that it's mushrooms.
It is mushroom season.
So, and I kept that sort of theme very tight. There's some other things, but really mushrooms were the collection of choice. And we have these on set.
Oh my gosh, do you not love these? Can you eat them?
And so add that on there.
That is so cute.
So it's just a tight collection with a little spark of color.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, but at the same time, you don't walk into the room being like confused and wondering, like, you've got everything going on. It's simple, and I think that's what makes it the best elegant sort of fall.
I do too. See, this is the thing. We should play like an I Spy game with Danny's set decor and be like, what is the theme today? Is it pumpkins? Is it apples? What's going on?
That's right.
Oh my gosh, Danny, this was absolutely amazing. Thanks so much.
Thank you,
Great
Mary.
job. The best ever. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.